Hello everyone, and welcome. In this video, I'll be talking about Japan in the context of the Fallout universe. With that being said, let's get into the video, and I hope you enjoy. And we'll start off with the pre-war events relating to Japan. In 1942, 1 year after the Pearl Harbor attack, the Sierra Armor Depot in Fallout 1 was constructed to defend the United States should Japan attack the West Coast. The nuclear bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki had an alternate effect on society as a whole than it did in our own timeline, but I think Nate in Fallout 4 during the intro says it best.
When the US ended World War II, by dropping atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the world awaited Armageddon. Instead, something miraculous happened. We began to use atomic energy not as a weapon, but as a nearly limitless source of power. People enjoyed luxuries once thought the realm of science fiction. Domestic robots, fusion-powered cars, portable computers.
The World War Battle of Iwo Jima is depicted on a mural in the Museum of Freedom in Concord, and the Battle of Okinawa is mentioned with some other pre-war conflicts, such as the Battle of Anchorage. The Pioneer Scouts Codebreaker exam provides Japanese as a possible answer to the question, which of these patriotic languages did our fine fighting men use as an unbreakable code during World War II? Obviously as an incorrect answer. The Watauga High School marching band was set to go on a field trip to Japan before the Great War. Two adolescent girls in the Clarksville area, who had been known to spend a lot of time near a local river, went missing. Calvin Van Louis suspected that they may have been taken by kappas, river monsters from Japanese folklore. The Gashadukurai, a giant skeleton spirit in Japanese mythology, is the subject of episode 75 of the Rip Daring radio play. This episode also references Japanese yokai, yuma, and yukiona. And I actually have that radio play episode right here in the video. If you don't want to listen to it, however, you can just skip to the next chapter of the video.
Enter a world of stories as weird and wild as man's imagination can conjure. A world where anything is possible. Where science and the mystical combine in surprising and unpredictable adventures. Enter a world of astoundingly awesome tales. Are you ready for more tantalizing tales of terror? Myths of monsters and machismo? The history of a heroic hunter? Good, because it is time yet again for another exciting journey with Rip Daring, Cryptid Hunter Extraordinaire. Joining the intrepid adventurer is his field medic, Guinevere, a nurse as equally skilled in medicine as she is at deflecting Rip. And lastly, the loyal Percival, Rip's personal butler, tailor, navigator, and monster lure. Join the crew, dear listeners, as we follow them on an exciting cryptid hunt. Tonight, we have a bone-chilling tale, episode 75, Rip Daring and the Large Appetite.
Now I've got mud in my boots. Just perfect. For the next adventure, can we investigate the Bermuda Triangle or something? Rip gets lost on a boat while I spend some time on a beach. Just anything to get me away from more farmland.
Whatever do you mean, my dear Guinevere? Cryptids are abundant in farmlands as the creatures try to disrupt hard-working Americans.
Sir, we're not in America. This is a Japanese rice field.
Oh, of course I knew that. Just reminiscing about home is all. Anyway, how about you tell us why we're on the other side of the world, knee-high in muddy water at 2 a.m.?
You know he needs his beauty sleep.
Well, sir, we've been asked to investigate a local yokai, or yuma, which is an unidentified mysterious animal.
Then why am I here? Do I look like I have a degree in zoology with which to identify the creature? No, of course not. Not since the council sent me that colorful expulsion letter after hunting their precious Bigfoot.
Those are just the local terms for cryptids, sir. We don't need to identify, just find and shoot. Your preferred method of action, sir.
Oh, then why didn't you say so, Percy, you bucket of bolts? Now, what are we after? That lady with the scissors and the grin? The woman with the neck problems? The freezing, icy mistress?
You're too hot-headed for the Yukiona, sir. Today, we are going after the Gasha Dokuro.
Ah, yes, the gassy Dokuro.
I'm not suffering through this again, Rip. Just call it the big skeleton.
Not my first time wrestling a big-boned creature. What makes this one special?
From what I've been able to decipher, it seems these creatures are hungry, undead skeletons, made up of the unburied...
See what I'm doing here, Percy? Can you make your explanation like my fingers? Snappy?
Of course, sir. I forget that too many words push the old words out of your brain. Big skeleton eat people.
Perfect! 5 words on the dot. Now let me keep my keen hunter eyes out for the elusive creature.
Oh, of course. Where would we ever find a 30-foot skeleton? Maybe it's under that rock. Maybe it's taking a swim in these shallow fields. Or maybe, just maybe, it's that giant imposing figure headed right towards us.
Never fear, Guinevere. For my trusty and patented rip-tearing jetpack is the perfect tool for every job. I'll fly up close and shoot it once I see the whites of its... the white of its eyes.
But, sir, it doesn't have eyes.
It seems this famine figure has heard of me. I'm sorry, random skeleton, but rip-tearing is only a feast for the eyes. And ears.
It's trying to eat you, sir. Do be careful. I just fixed your outfit after last time.
Worry not, you glorified sewing machine. Skeletons crave calcium, but I never drink milk. Rip-tearing is fueled off of the nutrients in American beers and rye whiskey. Now come here, you oversized medical diagram. You may have gotten to taste test rip-tearing, but that did little more than tear my good hunting outfit. Besides, don't you know that a man's true power is revealed once their rippling muscles are exposed to moonlight? Ha ha! What this gullible fool doesn't realize is they have fallen right into my trap. Now that I'm inside the belly of the beast, I can remove its head with the cool power of my trusty cold shoulder.
But, sir, it doesn't have skin. You could have flown in through the rib cage.
Percival, just don't. There's a good reason he doesn't practice medicine. There's actually quite a few reasons now that I think about it.
I can't quite hear you over the sound of my impending victory, but I assume you're cheering me on. I won't dally any longer, and since only the latest in killing technology is good enough for rip-tearing, I've outfitted the cold shoulder with my own personalized ammunition, allowing for more shots per shot. See that, Guinevere?
No, Rip, somehow I missed the fight with the giant skeleton.
Then you missed quite a show. Another beast's head ripped from its body. Ha 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 ha!
I do wish that was the only ripped thing, sir. Why must you insist on making your outfits match your name?
That's the mark of a good hunt. What goes better with a rip-daring adventure than a ripped, daring adventurer's outfit?
Questionable fashion choices aside, Rip, the creature is undead. Removing its head is nothing more than a minor inconvenience.
Then I'll be sure to make it a major inconvenience once I place it above my fireplace back in the old US of A.
There you have it, dear listeners. Another tale, another trophy for the mantle. The moral of today's story is, when in doubt, shoot it out. If that doesn't work, you're not using enough bullets. That's the rip-daring way. Tune in next time for more exciting exploits and another incredible cryptid hunt.
Now for the post-war lore about Japan. In 2241, some descendants of the Yakuza inhabit the area around New Reno, perpetuating the tradition of their expertise in swordplay and throwing weapons. They carry short swords known as wakizashi. They have no known headquarters and travel in small bands, fighting against New Reno's mobsters and scouting the wasteland around New Reno. Additionally, in dialogue with any New Reno prostitute, if the player character is wearing power armor, they will say, "I think I saw this situation in an anime video once," which is one of my favorite pieces of information in the entire Fallout universe, because it shows that anime is actually canon, which is something that could only really have been done in the original Black Isle days. Cookbooks on the preparing of sushi in America were popular enough before the Great War for some to have survived. One of these cookbooks was found by Margaret Primrose of Tenpane Tower, who attempted some of the recipes with mylark meat and served them to her customers, much to the dismay of Dr. Julius Banfield. Weapons of Japanese origin, such as katanas, can be found in the Mojave Wasteland, and throwing stars could be found in the Midwest in the Fallout Tactics game, although Fallout Tactics is not considered canon anymore, so it is unclear if throwing stars will ever be reintroduced into the series. Takahashi is a noodle vendor protectron in Diamond City. After someone tampered with their voice module, they can only say one line of dialogue in Japanese, which translated means, "What will you have?" This, however, does suggest that Robco at the very least sold protectrons to Japan, but more likely their entire stock of robots, as why would you need a Japanese language to even be a setting in the first place if you were not selling to them? And although this is not directly related to Japan, I feel like it is something worth mentioning, as it kind of shows modern foreign policy for the Brotherhood of Steel. If Paladin Dance is with the Soul Survivor, he will respond hostilely towards Takahashi and treat him as a Chinese spy, even though he speaks Japanese. So, there's Brotherhood education for you. What is perhaps a lot more relevant is that both Codsworth and Curie seem to understand Takahashi, and Curie actually speaks to him in Japanese saying, "I am Curie." Now, although this is speculation just like with the Protectron part, this kind of suggests that General Atomic also sold to Japanese people, because why else would they need to understand Japanese? General Atomic being a separate company that creates the Mr. Handy robots, for those who are not in the know. In 2277, Toshiro Kago, a member of the Oda clan, born sometime before 1562, during the Sengoku period, was found aboard Mothership Zeta by the Lone Wanderer in Fallout 3 after being abducted by aliens, 7 centuries earlier. The Nakana family in the Commonwealth, including Rei, Kenji, Taichi, and Kasumi, have names that are of Japanese origin. In the Unstoppables comic book universe, there are a group of villains known as the Diabolicals, one of them being Samurai, an obvious play on the term samurai, but this of course does reference Japanese history and culture. And that is every piece of information or reference to Japan, aka lore, in the Fallout universe. with that being said, I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Remember to like and subscribe if you did, and comment what you liked about the video, what I could improve on, and what kind of videos you would like to see in the future. And for my long-time subscribers, I am sorry that I haven't made a long video in a while. I've been pretty busy. With that being said, I've been Sweet Tripod, and I'll see you in the next one.